Game five is in the books, Nate, of the Western Conference Finals. The LA Clippers defeated the Phoenix Suns 116 to 102. So I'm gonna read the team stats first, then I'll get to the individual stats. So for the Clippers, they shot 46 out of 84, which is a percentage of 54.8%. And the Phoenix Suns shot 38 out of 84, which is a percentage of 45.2%. The the LA Clippers, they shot 10 out of 30 from three, which is a percentage of 33.3%, compared to the Phoenix Suns 9 out of 26, which is a percentage of 34.6%. Free throws, Nate. This is a shocker, Nate. The LA Clippers shot 14 out of 15 of their free throws, making that a percentage of 93.3%, compared to the Phoenix Suns 17 out of 20, which is a percentage of 85.0% or 85%, excuse me. That's the shocker right there because the LA Clippers have not been great with their free throws. Total rebounds, the Phoenix Suns had one more rebound than them. It was 41 to 40. The Phoenix Suns actually had seven offensive rebounds compared to the LA Clippers two. Uh, Phoenix Suns had two more assists than the LA Clippers. LA Clippers had one more block than the Phoenix Suns, 2-1. Steals, the LA Clippers had two more steals, 8-6 compared to the Phoenix Suns. Turnovers, the LA Clippers had nine, and the Phoenix Suns, they had 14. So overall, not the best number that the Phoenix Suns could have. Points in the paint, the LA Clippers had 58 points in the paint compared to the Phoenix Suns 32. And then fouls, the LA Clippers had 16 compared to the Phoenix Suns 19. Now I'm going to get to the individual stats real quick. So for the individual stats, Nate, the leading scorer for the LA Clippers, Nate, was Paul George. Paul George, he had 41 points. He had six turnovers, which is a bit high. You know, you wish he had less, but overall, he had six assists, three steals. He had 13 rebounds, Nate, and he shot 15 for 20 from the field, which is a percentage of 75%. And he shot 3 for 6 from the three, which is a percentage of 50. Overall, Nate, Paul George had a great game. Besides the six turnovers, he had a great game. So I got to give him a lot of credit. Marcus Morris, Nate, he really did step up this game as well. He had 22 points, one steal, two assists. He had three rebounds. He shot 9 out of 16 from the field, which is a percentage of 56.3%. And he shot 2 out of 5 from the three, which is a percentage of 40%. So overall, Marcus Morris had a very good game as well. And he was a big contributor in this game. Reggie Jackson had 23 points. He had one block. Um, one block, excuse me. He had five rebounds. And overall, he shot 8 out of 14 from the field, which is a percentage of 57.1%. He shot 4 out of 7 from the three, which is the same percentage, 57.1%. Overall, Nate, yeah, we all know about Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson has been having a great, again, he's been having a great playoffs. You know, since Kawhi's left, Reggie Jackson has really stepped up. So I got to give him a lot of credit. And last but not least, DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins had 15 points. He had three assists, two rebounds. He shot 7 for 12 from the field, which is a percentage of 58.3%. And he shot 0 for 2 from the three. But again, you know, you really don't expect DeMarcus Cousins is decent from the three. So overall, you wish he had a better night from the three, but overall, he had a good night. Now going to the Phoenix Suns, Nate. Look, this problem continuously keeps on happening, Nate. It just keeps on happening. All right. I'll start off with Devin Booker. Okay, Devin Booker has 31. He had 31 points. He had he had 31 points, three assists, four rebounds. He shot 9 out of 22 from the field, which is a percentage of 40.9%, and 4 out of 6 from the three, which is a percentage of 66.7%. So overall, again, not again, you wish he was a little more consistent overall, but he had a good 3-point night, but in general, you know, 9 out of 22, it's a little bit overshooting. And as for Chris Paul, he had 8 for 19. He shot 0 for 6 from the three. So Chris Paul was not having a great night from the three. He had three rebounds, eight assists, and Chris Paul also had 22 points. So overall, Nate, when I look at that, again, 42, again, basically 42% from the field. You wish you were a little bit more consistent. And last but not least, Nate, DeAndre Ayton, he only had 10 points. He had one assist, 11 rebounds, and he shot 5 for 9 from the field, which is a percentage of 55.6%. All right, Nate. Before I continue, Cam Johnson had 14 points, 3 for 3 from the three, and 5 out of 6 from the field. Let me tell you something, Nate. Cam Johnson, I'm going to say this right now. The I think he has the prettiest shot in the NBA. Like that guy's form and everything, man. When he shoots that ball, it is flawless. And hey, shout out because he was a UNC Tar Heel too, and I remember those days. It was pretty entertaining. But overall, let me get to this game right here. Okay, I said this before. I'm going to say it again. The offense needs to run around DeAndre Ayton now. It has to. I'm sorry, Nate. But like, and nothing against Chris Paul and Devin Booker. They're scorers. They're good scorers. But the problem is sometimes they're just not consistent from the field like you would expect. Sometimes they're overshooting, which costs them the game. Sometimes, and again, not only that, Nate, but this whole series it's been it's been basically Paul George against Chris Paul. Or it's been Patrick Beverly against Chris Paul, Patrick Beverly against Devin Booker. These are good defenders, Nate. Reggie Jackson is a good defender. These are good defenders, Nate, who are basically guarding the living life out of them. But there's one guy this whole series who has not been guarded to the point where he's struggling, and that's DeAndre Ayton. He only had 9 shots at this whole game. Only 9 shots compared to Devin Booker's 22 and compared to Chris Paul's 19. Run this offense through DeAndre Ayton. That's what's going to give the Phoenix Suns these wins. Is running that offense through DeAndre Ayton. Okay, because Ivica Zubac, he did not play neither. Which again, I think this is one of the ugliest losses from the Phoenix Suns, because not only did they not have Kawhi Leonard, they did not have Ivica Zubac, who has also been a very decent center this series. But overall, whether they had Ivica Zubac or not, DeAndre Ayton was still going off. Put the ball in this man's hand more. Okay, it's as simple as that. I get it. Like offensively, he's been doing great. Defensively, he's been doing a very good job too. Put the ball in his hands. Run the offense through him. Okay, it's been going through Chris Paul and Devin Booker, and honestly, guys like Patrick Beverly, guys like Paul George, guys like Reggie Jackson have been locking them down. Now again, 31 points. That's again 31 and 22. They're good. That's good scoring nights. But when you're going 9 for 22 and when you're going 8 for 19, you're overshooting a bit. They're making their the LA Clippers are making their lives tough. Now, again, am I going to expect like a game 4 from the LA Clippers every single game? No, but I do expect the LA Clippers to put the pressure on the perimeter defensively. In the interior where the paint is, DeAndre Ayton owns that. DeAndre Ayton has been dominating in the paint. He's been showing that he is consistently good offensively, but he's just not getting the ball in his hands as much as he should be. It's as simple as that. So overall, Nate, I look at it, and that's the key, I think, for the Phoenix Suns. Put the ball through DeAndre Ayton's hands and have the offense run through him. Because here's what will happen, Nate, if that happens. If you put the ball more in DeAndre Ayton's hands, then he'll start getting more attention. Okay, he'll start getting more attention from other defenders, which leaves opportunities for guys like Chris Paul and Devin Booker to step up. It's as simple as that. The reason why Devin Booker and Chris Paul have been shooting kind of a bit inconsistently, have been, again, going 9 for 22 or 8 for 19, is because guys like Patrick Beverly and guys like Paul George are on them. The LA Clippers are ruining Chris Paul and Devin Booker's plans. So you run that offense through DeAndre Ayton, and it takes the attention away a little bit from Chris Paul and Devin Booker, because DeAndre Ayton is the guy the offense is being run through. So when they start going to him, it'll leave openings for Chris Paul and Devin Booker to do their thing. But overall, Nate, at least for the beginning of the game, I would like to see this offense run through DeAndre Ayton. Even the Phoenix Suns, they have this series, they have not had a dominant win. Like we talked about, a 4-point game, a 7-point game, a 1-point game. The Phoenix Suns have not had a dominant win. To get one, I truly think it means going through DeAndre Ayton. Now, as for the LA Clippers, Nate, again, it's going to be pretty hard to get more rebounds when DeAndre Ayton, again, has been doing an absolutely amazing job. But overall, Nate, they did a pretty good job. Offensive rebounds, you would have liked to see those go up a little bit. Points in the paint, though, Nate, they really did capitalize on that. And not only that, the defense for the LA Clippers has been absolutely great. Guys like Patrick Beverly defensively have been really stepping up. Reggie Jackson, Paul George. We all know Paul George is a good defensive player, but these guys have really been stepping up, Nate, and they have really been making the Phoenix Suns. They've been really making it difficult on the Phoenix Suns to get to the NBA Finals. And look, the series is not over yet, Nate. Okay, Game 6 is going to be coming up, so again, that's going to be tomorrow, I believe. That's going to be on Wednesday as well. So I'll make sure I go check that out. Overall, Nate, I think defense for the LA Clippers, and I think the fact that the Phoenix Suns are not running the offense through DeAndre Ayton is what's really costing them this game, and it's the reason why I believe the Phoenix Suns are not having dominant wins in this series. So with that being said, best of luck to both teams in Game 6, and again, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'll take it from here. First of all, the LA Clippers did a great job with facing the brink of elimination. They did a good job with capitalizing on all the things going at them. And I gotta be honest, free throws, they did an amazing job. Didn't think
That's
I'd
a
be
shock.
saying that. It is a shock because the last couple of years I haven't been able to say that for them. I'm just shocked that I'm able to say that. But I look at it, Mario, and the Phoenix Suns. I've been saying it. Everybody has to step up. It hasn't been happening these last couple of games. It hasn't. And I feel like key guys like D Book had a good game. I'll give him that. He had 31 points. Chris Paul, he could have been a little bit better, but again, you can't be having Devin Booker drop that many points or at least one player drop that many points in one game and still lose.
Right, but it's not
Everybody
even
else
that.
around them got to step up.
It's not even that. Shooting 40.9% from the field too. Like
Well,
again,
yeah,
they're
that's what
getting
I was just about to get to that. Even that's ridiculous. You're only shooting 45% from the field. Like, you got to be better at that. 3-pointers, 9 out of 26. I'm going to be honest, it's not a great night. I mean, same thing with the Clippers, 10 out of 30. That's not the best either. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not. That could be a lot better too. But overall, Mario, I look at the Phoenix Suns. They just didn't play like what we expected to. And come Game 6, they have to win Game 6 in order to go to the finals. Everything needs to go right for them. That's when he's happy because remember, the Clippers, you can't count them out just yet. Paul George is having a great postseason, something that he didn't have last year or the year prior to that. He's finally starting to step up. Paul George reminds me a lot of Clayton Kershaw. A great regular season, but when the postseason came, he was garbage. But last year, we talk about how Clayton Kershaw was bad, but he rewrote that narrative and he actually stepped up for his team. That's what Paul George is doing now. That's why I always say Paul George is the Clayton Kershaw of the NBA. But now he's starting to rewrite that narrative like, oh, yeah, I'm good in the regular season, but I'm trash in the postseason. Let me change that. You have to stop that. That's just what has to happen. You know what I mean? So if I'm the Phoenix Suns, I gotta step up. Well, actually, everybody's got to step up because Game 6 is coming, and they're still up 3-2. So you still have a chance of winning the series. So that's basically my analysis of it. Overall, going to the Clippers, they did a great job, Mario. Like I said, Paul George stepped up. He led all 3 points, rebounds, and assists with 41 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists. So he had a really great game, Mario. He did a good job. But if I'm the LA Clippers, I'm continuing this because this is a lot of the things that I have addressed that I've complained about for the Clippers have been addressed, and they did a good job. So if I'm the LA Clippers, I'm continuing that trend. So with that being said, again, Game 6 will be on. Let me just check for you guys real quick. It'll be on the 30th, so tomorrow. It'll be on 9 p.m. It's going back to LA, so the Clippers have that going for them. It's going to be on ESPN as well, so make sure you go check that out. So with that being said, best of luck to both teams in Game 6, and we'll see what happens.